You know that classic teacher book that everybody reads on the first day of school, First Day Jitters, and how Sarah Jane Hartwell's husband has to drag her out of bed and get her to school because she's like, I'm not going? Well, if I had a husband, he would be just like that and dragging me out of bed to go to school every morning, but I don't. So instead, it's the good side of me and the bad side of me, and the good part of me is like, come on, get yourself out of bed. So every morning I have my own argument with myself and drag my own self out of bed, and here I am. And I've been sitting in the car for 4 minutes not going in because I'm tired. And life is sometimes hard. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany. I'm a second grade teacher in Utah. This is my 4th year teaching, and this is my hobby channel where I share all sorts of things with you from the world of teaching second grade. And today is exciting, so prepare yourself. Today, when somebody asked me how I was doing, I said, well, I'm alive, and that counts for something, right? And some days you're gonna feel like that as a teacher. So I thought what I would do is I would record a couple of tips from all categories of teaching to share with you, so that maybe on days when you're just proud to be alive, these tips will help you stay in that proud to be alive survival mode that we often find ourselves in as teachers. So I present to you my red light tips. All right, while I'm sitting here at the stoplight, I need to tell you all something because I needed to hear it today, and people don't say this often enough. And I apologize for the fact that the air conditioner is blowing, but it's 97 freaking degrees outside, so I'm not turning it off, okay? Okay. Anyway, the light turned green, wait. Okay, I hit another red light. Anyway, what I had wanted to say was this. If you need to take an afternoon in this first week of teaching and cancel math or language arts or whatever it is, and you need to go outside and play Foursquare with the kids or do the obstacle course, which involved me doing the monkey bars, and I'm really proud of myself that I can still do the monkey bars, then do it. We took like a solid 25, almost 30-minute recess this afternoon because, and the light is green again now, okay, we finally hit another red light again. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you need to take the afternoon off so that you can go spend some time with your kids and you can all take a quick breather together, 100% allowed to do that thing. Mostly this is me saying that because I did that thing today, and I feel like I need to give myself permission for the fact that I canceled our math lesson today and we went outside and we played Foursquare and I did the monkey bars and we had a Just Dance competition in the classroom, and we came back and did 10 minutes of writing with the last 10 minutes of the day, and that was fine. And honestly, it was more than fine because it was really, really good for us to spend some time together just doing something fun. We worked really hard on a really long test today, and we needed a moment. And if you need a moment, you're allowed to take a moment. You're the teacher, you're in charge, you can cancel the plans, and you can do something that is more important for your class to do if they need it, okay? Go do good things. Another quick red light tip for you: if you are a teacher who's wearing a mask, which you should be if you're in school, you can put your mask in the window or dashboard of your car while you drive, and the UV light from the sun and the heat from outside being summer will help kill the germs in your mask so that you can just wash them at the end of the week. I have 5 masks, so I try and wear a different one each day, but that way if I need to like put it on again, it's sanitized because the UV light will kill the germs in your mask, so I don't have to wash them every single day. I UV light them and then wash them at the end of the week. Anyway, there you go. Helpful mask tip for you from this red light to you. Another red light tip: if you actually eat your lunch during lunchtime instead of solving various student crises and planning for the rest of the day, you will actually feel well fed by the end of the day and not go home starving when it's time for dinner. So I might eat dinner at a normal hour tonight. And yes, these bags under my eyes are designer. I'm giving you this tip before I even get to the red light. If you talk to yourself, you are either crazy or a teacher, or maybe a little bit of both. But if you like mutter under your breath to confirm things as you're running through lists in your head, or just talk to yourself in empty hallways as you finish the day and then discover that the custodians are all watching you, don't even worry. Been there, done that. Okay, another red light tip for you. The chicken dance and the Macarena could save your life. My first year teaching, my instructional coach gave me a CD with the Macarena on it, and whenever life was a hot mess or we just needed something to do, I would just stick that CD in and we'd do the Macarena for 3 or 4 minutes together. We learned a bunch of different renditions of the Macarena, and friends, my second year, I got the kids across the hallway to do it too, and I still have kids from that class come up to me and ask me if I remember the time when we had a Macarena off with the 4th grade across the hallway. So if you need to take a break and just do the Macarena, by all means, go for it. It could save your life. So these red light tips are great because I'm sitting at a red light and it's safe, and so I'm just thinking through these things. Do you like the stripe on my face? Make a mustache for you. But the red light tips are not so great, because then if I am sitting at a red light and other people are, I'm sorry, I can't take myself seriously, and other people are waiting for me, then they're like, are you gonna go? I mean, a stop sign. Then people are like, are you gonna go? And I'm like, don't mind me, I'm just sitting here talking to my own camera in my car. It's not a big deal. Like, don't even stress about it, okay? Okay? Okay. Another red light, so another teacher tip for you. Set yourself some sort of limit to get yourself home. Some people can set time limits and say, at this time, I go home. I can't seem to do that because my needs change. So some days I go home early and some days I go home late. So sometimes I set arbitrary limits. For example, you may not use the faculty bathroom again today. So at some point you're going to have to go home, because if you can't use that bathroom, you're gonna need one. So at some point I'm gonna have to be like, okay, can't be here any longer, have to go home. Or other arbitrary limits like that. Those are good. Set yourself some sort of limit to get yourself out of the school eventually. This red light is really long, so another teacher tip for you while at this red light: let kids help kids. There is one of you and 24 plus, maybe less if you're lucky, of them. You cannot solve everyone's problems. So for example, today we got on the Chromebooks, and I cannot go help every kid figure out their login issues, but their neighbor knows how to log in. So then I say, ask your neighbor, and suddenly I have 7 mini-me's wandering around going, oh, she said to click on this button next. Okay, do you see where you are now? Now go back and click that one. So let the kids help the kids. Never in my life have I been frustrated by green lights, but when I'm trying to give you red light teacher tips, I need there to actually be red lights. But for some reason, I'm hitting all green lights today. Okay, red light teacher tip. First of all, write it down. I know you think you're gonna remember it, but you won't. So write it down on a sticky note, a whiteboard, a scrap of paper, your hand, wherever you need to. You won't remember it, so just write it down. My second tip is that water and 5 minutes can cure just about any childhood ailment. Now, I am being extra careful considering the situation that we're in right now to take any children's illness complaints seriously and watch for potential symptoms that could be an indication of possible disaster panic mode. But if your kids are like, I have a tummy ache or my head hurts, sips of water and 5 minutes cure just about any of those. So if you need to give them a sip of water or tell them to wait 5 minutes, they could possibly be cured. And my final teacher tip at this last red light this afternoon is you do not have to make all the executive decisions, many of them, because you are the boss. Don't you forget that. But you can also involve the kids in some of the decisions too. For example, we do this worksheet every week to practice some of our spelling words. And last year I made enough copies to last for the whole year. But as we know, we did not stay the whole year in school. So I had a bunch of leftovers and I was like, no problem, I'll use them again this year. But last year we only did it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. We skipped Thursday. Well, this year we do the worksheet on Thursdays, but usually not on Fridays. So the days are off, which I didn't notice until I'd already passed them out to the kids and not made copies. So today I was like, guys, this is a legit dilemma. Do I throw away all the copies that I have and make new ones with the correct days on it? Or do we use them with the incorrect days? Or do we just not do it on Thursday and do it on Friday? What are we gonna do? This is a legitimate question I have. And they were like, oh, we can totally just use it with the wrong days. It's not a big deal, let's save copies. Decision was made, but they felt like they got to be a part of an actual problem-solving decision. So we all felt good about ourselves. So even though you're the boss and you should make most of the choices in your classroom, you can involve the kids in some of them. Do you guys remember way back in the way back how there were those like fish that were mounted on a board, and when you pushed it, it would sing a song to you? They had them in like the McDonald's commercials for a while. You'd push him and he'd be like, here's a little song I wrote, and he'd sing, and then he'd be like, don't worry, be happy. Anyway, if you don't remember them, now you're going to be scarred for life with my rendition of that song. We used to have one in my little playhouse outside when I was a kid. I feel like I need one of those at my desk so that every time the world goes wrong, which it so often does in teaching, it goes right a lot of the times too, don't get me wrong, but then I could just push it and he'd be like, don't worry, be happy. I could use one of those in my life. All right, that's gonna do it for these red light teacher tips. I hope you feel inspired, enlightened, or maybe you got a good laugh out of it, because that's about all I can offer you in the realm of teacher tips. My last tip to you at this final red light is to be kind to yourself. You are doing the best you can with what you've been given, and that's enough. And you are enough, and you're good. That's all I got for you today. I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. See ya.